Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Scrap Empire. And today we're going to be talking about the upcoming middleweight bout between Uriah and Strickland in the middleweight division, July 31st, UFC Fight Night. Now, everybody on this channel knows I'm an avid fan of Uriah. I actually met Uriah a couple of years ago inside of a barbershop, and he's an amazing guy to be around, charismatic. He has an amazing personality, a nice guy, and he's just very respectful towards his peers, and very respectful just towards the sport. It's just amazing how much he appreciates the sport for what it is, just from conversing with him, how disciplined he is when we're talking about the amount of focus you need in order to still be a household name in the Ultimate Fighter Championship. Now, Uriah is probably one of the greatest talents we've seen in the Ultimate Fighting Championship. He's very loose for someone of his size. He looks like a battler. He looks like a bodybuilder. Yet moves like a Ninja Turtle or a Spider-Man hybrid of a superhero. He said that he started playing Tekken in order to learn how to fight. So maybe that's why his kicks have so much of a. That's why his kicks have a big impact. When he starts to kick, and Uriah is very flexible, very loose for his size as well. So one thing you must take into account during this fight, Uriah's experience. Uriah is an amazing fighter, but we've all heard about him not being the strongest mentally. Now, I'm not saying that Uriah isn't strong mentally. The only person who knows what goes on in his head is himself. So I can never discount how the man is feeling, never discount how the man is, really. I can't analyze what goes on inside of his head. What I can do is just judge him from a perception standpoint. And there's been plenty of fights where we thought he could have won just because he's obviously the more physically talented guy. But, maybe he has too much empathy for his opponent. I mean, he was in Tough, the Ultimate Fighter, in 2013. You can even look it up. If any of my fight fans, if any of my avid listeners, you can look up Uriah deliver one of the most gruesome knockouts of all time, not even mixed martial arts experience in fight history, period. The spinning back kick. Over 10 million views on YouTube, and the man, we thought the man almost died. So I don't. So maybe that experience played a big role in Uriah's transition from tough into being a prospect in the UFC. And you know what you're capable of when you know how much dominance you could exemplify in a fight. Sometimes you may ask yourself, am I really willing to kill a person tonight? Do I have the energy to really put somebody in an emergency room? Because mentally, that could take a toll on the average person if you are subjected towards doing it on a regular basis. And when you see certain guys like John Jones, when you see certain guys like Anderson Silva, when you see certain guys like Chuck Liddell, even John Jones, for example. John Jones put Leo Machida in one of the most, you know, gruesome headlocks ever. You know, when he let go, it looked like that his neck was snapped. And just, he looked like he should have been carried in a stretcher. Right. So you have certain fighters who don't mind killing their opponent to get to achieve the victory. You have some opponents, it's not that they're necessarily afraid, because they are afraid. It's just they don't have the mental ability to just fathom them. They don't have the mental ability to fathom, but hurting somebody, and not just only hurting somebody for the time being, but hurting somebody to hurt somebody, for good, making permanent damage, that they might not be able to recover from, permanent damage that they might have to live for the rest of their life. And you see Uriah Hall's fight against Antonio Carlos Jr. Tough fight for Uriah Hall, because you have some people who would have given the first round to Antonio Carlos Jr. He was taking Uriah Hall down to the ground, and just controlling tempo with his ground, with his ground game. But Uriah was able to score that knockdown against him in the second round. And eventually, the third round, kept on jab. And then another key tip, or a note that I needed to mention: Uriah's striking is extremely phenomenal. Right? I'm just talking about just basic striking. He has a pretty good jab. And when you look at Antonio Carlos Jr.'s eye, Uriah Hall contributed to us a lot of damage. So don't think for 1 second that the guy isn't strong. Don't think for 1 second that, he might be in his head a lot, but I can take a couple of hits from him, because every time Uriah Hall hits you, he's hitting you with purpose. All right. It's only an issue where Uriah, being able to execute. It's like in terms of just executing, in terms of just being able to kill you if he has opportunity to. If he sees opportunity to execute. And yeah, also watching a fight of him and Thiago Santos, Uriah Hall, you can beat him in a fight, but he isn't a guy who can be cherry picked. Thiago Santos threw a lot of leg kicks while he was fighting Uriah Hall. But again, Uriah is very strong, so he's able to take those head kicks. He's able to take those leg kicks. He's able to stand there, not only take the leg kicks, but trade more shots with you. Uriah Hall is just a real, like, in terms of just being a physical specimen, one of the greatest physical specimens we've seen. Not so much in mixed martial arts history, but just in fighting history, period. The guy is just very, 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 very strong. So you have to be cautious of Uriah's ability to trade shots. Even if he's getting hit, he's going to make sure that he hits you back if he sees the opportunity. Now, Sean Strickland, he's extremely interesting because when he fought Kamaru Usman, the Nigerian nightmare, probably one of the most dominant fighters we have in the fight game today. Usman literally controlled the fight their entire time they were fighting. He was grabbing him, moving him around, on top of him, just making sure that he couldn't even throw any strikes. And that's what I'm concerned about with Sean Strickland. Because he fought Kamaru Usman as a welterweight. And look at how strong, look at how aggressive Kamaru Usman was able to just take control of the entire fight. And now you have Sean Strickland moving up to the middleweight division to fight Uriah Hall. Because you have to remember, welterweight 170, I believe middleweight is 185. So there's a 15-pound weight difference. 15-pound weight difference. All right. Uriah Hall, I honestly believe he can beat the crap out of Kamaru Usman if he's able to mentally, be shocked that night. You see, Usman is great. I mean, he's beaten Tyron Woodley. I believe he's fought Stephen Thompson. He's knocked out Jorge Masvidal. And I respect Tyron Woodley. I respect Jorge Masvidal. But Uriah Hall is definitely a greater talent than both of those guys. If you're just talking about athleticism and just being a physical specimen, like Jorge Masvidal is talented when it comes to being a natural boxer. Tyron Woodley is talented when it comes to being a natural boxer, stand-up fighter as well. But Uriah Hall, I'm just talking about just over the way how he kicks, over the way how he moves. He's, very, very good, excellent fighter. And again, Uriah Hall is somebody who can just be pushed over easily. He's a very strong guy as well. So if Uriah Hall were to fight Kamaru Usman, that would be interesting to see. Because yes, Usman is strong, but Uriah Hall is just as strong as Usman, if not even stronger. it was just be a problem with Uriah because I don't know if it was his head throughout the entire fight. But yeah. So who do I believe is going to win this upcoming bout between Uriah Hall and Sean Strickland? Sean Strickland, great guy, but I just don't see him being Uriah Hall. And then Uriah Hall's in his past couple of fights, he's fighting with purpose. I believe he's fighting with something to prove. And also that last fight with Chris Weidman, he was very, very disappointed because he broke his leg while his opponent's leg was broken. Uriah tried to kick him. So maybe you feel like he didn't earn it. He didn't feel like he didn't accomplish what he desperately wanted, what he wanted so desperately. So yes, Uriah Hall, I see him winning by stoppage, second, third round, or it can go to decision. Just depends on Uriah's execution. It depends on Uriah's just his ability to maintain the tempo, mitigate the distance, and just wanting to win. And I believe he has the ability to exemplify those characteristics. So everybody, this is Scrap Empire. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my content, to my channel. Please tell a friend about this YouTube channel when you get the chance. And I'll be posting more videos soon for all of you guys. Wake up, have a beautiful morning. I'll be posting more videos soon. And may you all enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you so much for watching my content. Thank you so much for liking, commenting, and subscribing to my channel. Thank you. Bye-bye.